happened yet. They have not updated the main menu yet, but I think this is gonna be our last look at the main menu as it once was. If you missed it, they announced that they're completely changing the main menu. They've also changed their logo, like all the Sims fonts are changing. They've had like a complete redesign. And they're also updating a bunch of the base game Townie houses. That's kind of unrelated, but it's coming out in the same update. So we're gonna check all of that out together today. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't wanna be dramatic, but I feel kind of stressed about this. I do not like change. I'm okay with the main menu how it is. I like their logo. I like the design. I am not all that interested in a complete main menu refresh. They're gonna have me like reminiscing on this store page. And no one ever liked the store page, but now I'm sat here like, wait, don't take it away. Wait, maybe I like it now. It does make a lot of sense though, because these kits with their weird different covers, that's what all the new kits are gonna look like. Is that what my kit's gonna, oh my God. My kit's gonna be one of the weird ones. Oh my God. No. Oh no. I've seen like a color scheme and I've seen the screenshot. I didn't think about that. I like the kits. I hate this. I hate them changing everything. Well, here, I'm taking my face cam off for a second so we can get one final look at how all of this stuff looks. Our beloved scenarios that we never play, our super cute little main menu that's gonna be gone forever. I actually want to make, real quick, a fresh save so that we can keep all of the old houses too. Carrie McCray, I randomized. How about Carrie McCry? Because that's how I feel right now. They've changed the main menu and like the loading screens at times in the past, and every time it has nearly broken us. They didn't mention anything about loading screens, but this has an old logo now. Like they're changing the logo, they're changing the font, so they're probably changing the loading screens too. And they teased in that live stream that they're updating the Goth family's house, they're updating the BFF family's house, and they've also updated the Landgraab's house. They didn't mention any others specifically, so they might have just done those three. I don't know. Weirdly, today, the patch notes are out before the patch is, but we can start looking through all of this. And in this first update of the new year, they're bringing a range of improvements from a brand new main menu to memory and performance optimizations, a refresh of the base game homes, and a few bug fixes. Them saying of the base game homes makes me think that it might be all of them. There's no way. Right? To start off, we have a brand new main menu visual refresh. We've pushed aside the clutter to make space for your Sims. New game / resume game has moved from right to left, as have a few of the other navigation options. Home, events, and store can be found at the top, along with an options panel in the far right. It may take a moment to get used to the new location. Yeah, it will. The visual update includes a bit of fresh paint, a little less clutter, with a desire to keep information clear and discoverable for you. The Sims in the center are your last played household Sims, and important updates and information from the Sims are focused on the right side. So I understand what they're trying to do. I get the desire to like have your Sims be the focus instead of all of that stuff and clutter on the menu. And I understand the desire to like grow and evolve and change. Like I'm not trying to be some grouchy old granny about this. I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. I haven't even seen it in game, but we obviously also have that Blast from the Past birthday event starting in a few weeks. This is like the next event where you have to log in and complete challenges. That starts on February 4th. They've given us a teaser of all of the new items coming in it. I almost don't want to look too closely at this because I don't want to get too spoiled before I see them in game for myself. This looks a bit like a dress I used to love in The Sims 3. So I am very interested in this though. I like these events. I like getting free stuff. I'll be curious to see how much time it takes to actually unlock all of it, but it's hard to talk about this without actually knowing anything about it yet. Then we have some performance and memory improvements. So they've optimized mouse movements, preventing slowdowns and making gameplay more responsive on PC, console, and Mac. So they're trying to make the gameplay smoother. They've improved graphics and performance on Mac and PS4. So they've tried to optimize how graphic data is handled, resulting in smoother and more efficient rendering and overall performance. And various enhancements have been made to save memory across all platforms, helping the game run more smoothly and reducing crashes. So that's nice. They've just tried to improve some backend stuff so the game runs a little bit better. Base game Townie home refresh. They have a whole list. New year, new homes. All Townie homes in Willow Creek and Oasis Springs have been updated and renovated to breathe some fresh life into classic lots. So when they say Townie homes, they mean the ones that have Sims living in them. So that's going to be like the Landgraab's house, Johnny Zest's house, the Roomie's household, all of these ones. The other ones that are empty by default will not have been improved, I guess. And that's fine. I don't need them to go back and change the entire world. I didn't expect they would ever actually do this. And it sounds like both the old ones and the new ones will be in your library automatically. So if you're playing in a new save and you want the old Landgraab house back, you can just place it from the library. And also opposite, if you're playing in an old save and you want the new house, you can just place that one from your library too. But by default, every new save will have these new houses from now on. They've got some interesting bug fixes too. There's a couple on console where apparently potion colors were messed up and there was some texture issues on Xbox. I will link this down below in case you want to read every patch note for yourself. Try for baby in shower will now fix the hygiene motive. For some reason it didn't, like they didn't actually get clean. I guess they were busy, so it makes sense, but they fixed that. Inspired Sims won't be mixing drinks excessively. Oh, you can now revive a dead cow plant. I love that. I've wanted that for so long. Cow plants have been really buggy too, and they like glitch back between dead and alive all the time. I don't think they fixed that, but at least having the revive button will help because it takes a long time to get a cow plant, and them dying due to a glitch or due to your own personal negligence, it's sad. So I appreciate that. Sim no longer has the option to give the toddler fertilizer as food from the inventory. Sometimes you learn about the most random bugs when you read these patch notes. Like, what do you mean you can feed toddlers fertilizer? This one I saw in the laundry list and I was thrilled by it. Dogs and cats with the fire obsession perk are far less obsessed with the fireplace. I don't know if you've ever noticed this before, but there's like hidden perks in pets. And one of the common ones is that they become obsessed with the fireplace. But to the point where when the fire is on, your dog will just sit there in front of the fire and never leave. And they'll get pop-ups like, oh, your dog is starving, feed them. And they're just sat in front of the fireplace all day, all night, won't leave it. So they fixed that. So they'll now be less obsessed. I think the obsession perk still exists, but they just won't be so glitched with it that they don't do anything else. And apparently you used to gain fitness skill when cleaning the litter box, and they took that away. I never noticed that because I always have the laser litter box that cleans it for you, but that's funny. Frequency of getting electrocuted from robotic workstation has been considerably reduced? No. See, I reject that. I want my Sims to die from that more often. It is very easy to die from that though. It makes it kind of hard to use it because you're constantly getting electrocuted and then you have to wait for it to go away to use it again or else you'll die. So I guess it's good that they tried to tune it. This one also is like one of the biggest bug fixes they've ever given us. In new saves, Sims will no longer receive baby whisked away buff and TNS suggesting that Radigan passed away when Radigan is still alive. That is a lot of words to explain that the rats are gonna stop glitching. I don't know if you've played with My First Pet stuff and had this issue, but basically you have the rat and then all of a sudden your game gets a pop-up that your rat has died, and then everybody in your household gets a sad moodlet that says baby whisked away, which is what happens when your Sims get taken away, like when a child gets taken away in game. But there is no child. Nobody was taken away, and the rat's not even dead. It's just a bug, and it's been happening for years. Like, it's always been there. It makes it almost unbearable to play with My First Pet stuff because you have to keep cheating away moodlets or just like get rid of the rat. I never really understood why it would happen because it would like stop happening and then start again all the time in my Legacy Challenge saves. Them saying in new saves makes so much sense because I would have my rat in my old house. I would build a new house for the next generation, move into the new house, save as, and like make a fresh copy backup of my save. I always do that for each new generation. Well, I've saved as, so I've made a new save, and that's why the rat starts glitching again, because it would be like not glitching anymore and then start again. And I couldn't figure out why it was randomly starting again for some reason. Well, it's because of the new save thing, and they fixed that, so it's not gonna happen anymore. Such a relief. Seriously, like that is huge. I'm so glad they finally fixed it. And I didn't read out loud every single one of these, so I'll link the full patch notes down below. I want to update the game now and go test out all these new houses. Yep, it is updating. Okay, well, I hope you've appropriately mourned the main menu. It's officially gone forever. It's finished. Okay, I'm reopening it. Deep breaths, everybody. We're gonna get through this together. It looks like this loading screen is still the same. They didn't change that. I wasn't really expecting them to. I would have been upset if they had. I'm not really ready for that yet. Like, that's too far. Okay, and this loading screen is the same as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they did eventually change those too, but for now, this is all we have. Okay, so this is that sim we just made a second ago, but it would have whatever your most recently played household is right here. We can see the McCry household. We can see how much money they have, which is interesting. We've got a resume game button, really big, and then we have a smaller load game and also new game button. There's also a way to open the gallery from right here, and you can open up the scenarios tab from right here. Oh, I actually like this better. Yeah, this version of scenarios is nicer than the other menu. They looked kind of bad on the other menu. I didn't want to say it, like I didn't want to insult the main menu before because I was trying to defend it, but this the scenario specifically, I think is nicer this way. And then over here on the right side, we've got kind of like those news options. Show off suave style about Don Lothario's kit. It's got a recommended section trying to get me to buy Bust the Dust, even though I already have Bust the Dust. And when I click it, it opens it up. There's also a get ready to party sign about the 25th birthday, another 25th birthday thing, a romance consultant thing from Lovestruck. The same Simmers Like You creation from the old menu is there. This has been there for a few months. And then on the last page, we have the patch notes. That's absurd. Why is that the last thing you're listing? Well, that'll link you to this news page. I feel like they should put that first. That feels kind of important. Up here, it still has my profile picture and that little text string that always changes when you open the game. So right now it says lilsimsie, what a name, but it just says different things each time. These three little dots open up the menu, so you can get into your options here still, like you can access the game options, that's all the same. And there's also a store tab right here, which has all of the same store options from before. It just looks a little bit different. It's basically identical to the other one, just with a new background color. I kind of like the blue instead of the white. It's like a little bit easier on your eyes, I guess. And I think that once the events start, there'll be an events tab up here as well, but there's just not one on right now. So that kind of tells me the events are here to stay. I assume they were because they've happened a few times now, but like they've made a whole tab for it. I think we're gonna keep having like monthly-ish events. I'm gonna make a new save because I want to go and test out what these new houses look like. This is a really fun surprise. I didn't expect them to do this for us. And I'll be honest, the menu isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Now seeing it in game, it's very jarring and I'm not used to it. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to, but it's not as horrible as I thought it would be. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, the world is ending. But now that I've seen it in game, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I still don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think I can get used to it. All right, let's move this guy into some random house. I don't need him. Okay, I'm kind of scared to click on this. I'm like scared to see him. Here we go. Okay, wow. So obviously there's 4 total that have been changed in Willow Creek. It almost makes all of the other ones look so strange and empty, doesn't it? Because they're like so much better now. Where do we even start? I think I might start with the Pancakes because I hate to say it, the Pancakes are my favorite townies. I know it's a controversial take, but I'm gonna go there first. How's it gonna look? Oh, their house is finally symmetrical. It never used to be. It used to bother me so much. And it's a blue Suburban. That's kind of iconic. Okay, what does the back look like? Ooh, they have a glass roof, like a sunroom. They've still got a grill. They still have their table and some planter boxes. It looks like we have a little shed with some woodworking stuff. They always used to have that woodworking table just on a balcony in the front of the house. So it's nicer to have it put away like that. We don't have any sheds in default houses. Oh, and they put the AC unit down here. Okay, so in the front of the house, we still have a huge front porch and you walk into this little front entry room. They even have a light switch on the wall. If you go to the right, they still have their dining room, but it's a little bit more open plan to the kitchen. It is a nice kitchen, but they've downgraded their appliances. They used to have the really expensive ones, which made no sense. So this is better. I love this being one big room. That looks so nice. You can kind of walk down around this hallway and we've got that sunroom now. They still have their living room over here. It's got the same rug and stuff. Like they kind of have a similar vibe. It's just new and improved. They even used to have these plates on the wall. They've kept those. You can go out this sliding glass door into the backyard. We didn't have sliding glass doors when the base game was first made, so they've really been able to use a lot of this new stuff. There is a bathroom downstairs, just a small one, which I don't think they had in their original house. They had like a 3-wide giant staircase though, which took up a ton of space. And I'm seeing a basement, so it looks like Bob's got kind of a little party basement now. They even have a picture of Bob Pancakes, which is why I assume it belongs to him. He's got his gym equipment. There's a TV, we have a new bar. I love this. I really like this basement. I'm super impressed by this redo of the house. When you go upstairs, oh, they put the room for Iggy. Okay, so upstairs, Bob still has his bedroom. He does not have a balcony anymore. There's no upstairs balconies. We've got a little bathroom right here, which kind of still has the same color scheme as before with the black accents, but just slightly improved. Eliza has her bedroom. Same color scheme, same stuff as she used to have, just better. She's got an ensuite bathroom right here. And then they even have an office upstairs. So this little infant bedroom, they obviously don't have an infant, but on the gallery, when the toddler update came out, they gave us a version of them that had a little baby, like a little toddler called Iggy Pancakes. And so I love the story story that they want a baby, they just don't have one yet. And they've left room for that in the future, which is so cool. This has really made me excited. What a cool, like almost new lore drop to have this improvement for the base game townies. And it's way nicer for you to come and visit. It does make me feel a little bit sad about the other houses, like the ones that didn't get improved, but I'm so glad they did this. Bob Pancakes having a man cave in the basement makes so much sense. And we just didn't have basements at first. They didn't exist when the game first launched. Oh, they have a misplaced wallpaper. Oh, we've all been there. It's okay, I get it. I wonder who did these, because they've gotten a lot of flack for EA builds in the past. This is nice. This is a lovely house. And I'm not just saying that because it's a blue Suburban. I'm a little biased, but it really is nice. Okay, let's come over here to the BFF's house. I'll be honest, I don't play here very often. They're not like my favorite townies. They're kind of just there in my game. Their backyard used to be so sad. So this is a major improvement. This is actually really cool too, with like the platform and the split leveling back here. So we've got a huge wooden deck that's attached to this like lower section, and then we also have a pool, which never existed back then. It always looked to me like this lot was meant to have a pool, but they just didn't have them. So we've got this huge wooden deck outside and then a pool in the backyard. There's a handful of base game lots that always looked like they were meant to have pools, but just didn't. Like the Landgraab's house used to look like it had a place for a pool, but they just could never put one in because they didn't exist yet. It also makes sense that the Landgraabs would have a pool. We've got a telescope now, which didn't exist back then. These lounge chairs never existed before. The house itself is a very similar shape. It's just slightly improved in color and stuff. There are some things I don't like. I'm not gonna be mean though. I'm gonna be nice. We do have a bigger kitchen and we've got a nice dining table in here. So this is cute. This is kind of fun too. This like custom gallery wall they've made with the pictures. They hung them all up individually. I like that. I personally have never used the yellow sofas. So we've got this really cool like ketchup and mustard vibe happening inside of the living room and dining room. In here we have what I assume is Travis Scott's bedroom. I personally wouldn't have put that wallpaper, but hey, it's fun to use. It looks like a base game townie house. They committed to the bit. It looks like it belongs as a townie house. I like how his room has some nice clutter in it though. Oh my God, Dan just messaged me. He said, not gonna lie, this is the best main menu they've done. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being really dramatic. He likes it. As an outsider, Dan thinks it's better. So that is interesting. Okay, in here we have Liberty Lee's bedroom, and I kind of like this bed with that wallpaper. I'm just not sure about the rug choice, but I appreciate the improvements for her. And then I think that this one is Summer Holidays. Summer is active, so I'm just assuming that hers has the treadmill in it. They also only have one bathroom, which I think makes sense for a house this small. I like the layout of this place. I think that they've definitely improved it, and I like the personality they've added to the bedrooms. I think I'm just feeling a disconnect between the colors and then the beige wallpaper. Like if we had some more fun colors on the walls and it sort of matched the colors of these bedrooms a bit better, I think I would like it more. But these Sims are from my Sims. Like they're used to really ugly stuff, so they'll be okay. Their stuff back then was worse. If you didn't know that, by the way, those three are all my Sims characters brought into The Sims 4. I don't know where to go next. The Spencer Kim Lewis house was one of my least favorite houses they've ever made. Like this was so bad back in the day. Back in the day meaning back about 20 minutes ago. This was so bad. I haven't even been able to renovate it before because I've had so much trouble doing it. I hated it that much. So this is gonna be really cool to see an improvement on it. It's still 3 stories tall. We've got a ton of new glass. What? I'm getting the same pop-up every time. Don't do it again. Okay, it didn't. We've got a ton of new glass detailing. This with the glass roof is awesome. That looks really nice. I love this with the balcony. Oh my God, this is one of the best houses they've made. This looks so good. They have never made a cool modern house like this. I mean, we've got ones that have been made by Simmers, but like EA doesn't do this. This is huge. I love the bar outside and the pool. I also like how the backyard is like raised up. Oh my God, there's terrain manipulation. I didn't even notice. We never had terrain tools back then. So there's no default lots that had terrain manipulation on them. Wow. Okay, so when you come into the house, we've got this like really cool split leveling again and this marble floor. This is one of my favorite things I've ever seen them make. I'm amazed. Okay, over to the right, we've got a big living room. They have a fireplace. I love these blinds at the very top of the giant windows. I also never use this concrete wallpaper. They use this in the Pancakes house too. I wonder if the same person built both of these. But in the back, we've got the kitchen. Their kitchen is smaller than it used to be, but this is better. And they used to have a really weird shaped island too. We've also still got the most expensive appliances because of course they would have them. Down here to the left, it looks like, oh wow. Oh, interesting. They used an archway instead of a door right there. So it's just open to the outside, but they've got like a little balcony over here. There is a small downstairs bathroom underneath the staircase. They've got a greenhouse. Oh, they used to have a little garden space and now they have a greenhouse instead. That's way cooler. That is so cool. I like this with the planter boxes kind of on this panel wall. It's like a cool accent. Oh no, one of the wallpapers is missing. Uh-oh. Hey, I've been there, but I also am not in charge of making a build that the entire game is gonna get. So sorry that happened to them. That stinks. Okay, down here we have at least one bedroom. I'm not sure who it belongs to. They've got a lot of rooms, so we'll see once we get to all of them. But this sim has an ensuite bathroom and like a huge bedroom. I really like the accent walls. They've done a lot of cool stuff with wallpaper in here. And then upstairs on the second floor, there's a lot of cool open space. Like it's open to the living room. We've got this open area underneath the kitchen. This is really interesting. I believe this room belongs to Olivia, and she even has a platform. And then over on this side, we've got another bedroom. I'm guessing that maybe this is Dennis's room, and this one might be Vivian's. Her bathroom's a little bit big. I maybe would have put like a second sink or something. It's kind of long. That's okay. It's a Townie house. Like you can do some weird stuff. Oh, actually, maybe this is the grandparents' rooms. Like maybe this is Dennis's, and this one is Vivian's. So this is probably the primary bedroom, and they have a guest room downstairs. Oh, wow. Okay. Why are you making the grandparents go all the way upstairs? 3 flights of stairs? Well, that's nice because this one's got a balcony. Look at this cool roof piece. They each have ensuite bathrooms. There's this really cool upstairs area. It's almost like a playroom, art room combo. So they have a piano and an easel and everything. Picture in progress. Is that in progress by her? Oh no, that's not hers. So she has to clean it up to be able to draw there. That's a mistake too. I do like that she has that though, especially because Alice is a painter, so it's nice to have like an art room for them. This is a really cool layout. I am obsessed with the roofing they've done. All of the walls are good, the roofing is good, the glass roofs are cool. I'm really bad at building modern houses, so I'm consistently very impressed by stuff like this. And this is such an improvement, like such an improvement. Let's go to the Goth house. I'm scared. This one is high pressure. The Goth house is like the most important one in the whole game. Okay, so here's what it's gonna look like from the outside. I will say I don't love the white accents outside. I think it's kind of jarring to have the white detailing here and nowhere else. I don't really know how to explain that though. The roof is so wacky in the best way. I really do like the roof, and I can tell they've got like a really proper third floor up there, which will be better for Alexander. They also have less of a tall wall in the front, so you can see their front yard a little bit better. There's a lot more balcony happening, and their backyard is not fully fenced in anymore. All the old Sims games used to have a graveyard, and we didn't have one in this house. So it's kind of nice to have this now. It stinks that their lot is so small, because that really complicates it. Like you don't really have as much space to be able to put that. Like if they had given the Goth family this lot instead, they would have had a lot more room. And I don't mean like today, I mean like when they originally built this way back in the day. I'm scared to look inside. Okay, so on the inside of the house, we still have that big formal entryway that we used to. They've got classic black and white flooring. You can go to the left into the living room. I actually kind of love this cherry red floor. That kind of works for them. They still have a chess table in the front windows. They got their big living room sofa area. Ooh. The kitchen is really small. I don't know about that. I would have given them a nicer kitchen. In my mind, Bella Goth has a way fancier kitchen than that. I think she needs more counters. And they used to have a breakfast nook in here. I'm a little bit sad by their kitchen. I think Bella would have more than that. They also have a smaller dining table now, which is okay because it fits their whole family. And I like how it's a little bit more closed off this way. I do like that. When you go upstairs, it looks like we've got a big open room like we had in the old house. They don't have a piano up here anymore, but I think it makes more sense in the living room, so I prefer it down there. They used to have a piano like over here in the old house. Cassandra Goth has a new bedroom. She's got a violin, she's got her bed. I do like these above her bed, and she's got kind of like a cool purpley tone to the lighting, which makes it more interesting. Alexander has a better room as well, which is nice for him. He used to be like way up in the attic, and they've got a bathroom that they share down here. There is not a bathroom downstairs anymore. They got rid of it. I think if it were me, I would have put a little half bathroom right here. I would have included one for guests to use and stuff downstairs. They also have a balcony back here, and they have a telescope, which we never used to have. And then on the top floor, we've got a nice fancy open hallway. There's a little storage storage room. They've got a small office. And then we have the primary bedroom up on the top floor. Very interesting. They have like a custom closet space over here. I love the exterior the most. I think that it feels a little bit lacking in some ways to me in the interior, but it's just so hard to build something for such an iconic Sims family. Like, where do you even begin with trying to redo this? I am really sad about the kitchen. I think the kitchen needs a little bit more. I'm kind of excited to try and renovate these. I think I might make some videos trying to renovate the renovated houses because that could be kind of fun to do. That is all of Willow Creek though. So let's go into Oasis Springs. We also have 4 to look at in here, and I'm gonna start with Johnny Zest because I think that there's so much potential for his house. I'm so curious to see what they've done with it. Yeah, already this is so cool. This is so cool. It's the same shape as before, but now he's got like a little fenced in yard with some fake grass. They've tried to include more outside. So we've got like a little picnic table bench over here to fill in the lot more. The colors make more sense. This cool deck makes way more sense. I love the trash next to the trash can. We also didn't have stilted foundations until Island Living, so it's nice to get to use that here. I think it works here. And then inside of Donnie's house, they flipped it. His bedroom used to be over here. Okay, wow. Very similar color scheme, but they've kind of given him a fake stage. Oh, that's so fun. And they've managed to use this clown painting twice now. He's got a naked gnome. He's got a locker. His tiny kind of messy living room. I am obsessed with this kitchen. This floor is so ugly in the best way. His kitchen's also a lot bigger now, which is nice for him to have. His bedroom's kind of small. I like the single chair in there because he's a single guy. And we've got a small bathroom right here. I love this. This is so much better. I can feel the personality from him in here. I really like the stage idea too. That's so cool. Obviously this one's kind of small, so we'll move on to the next one now. I want to see the roomies' house because their house always looked like it needed a pool as well. They had a big open patio space that sort of looked pool sized, and they did add one for them. So that confirms our assumptions. I love this sort of mid-century style, and they still have that little courtyard in there. The building is very similarly shaped to the old one, but we've really improved the side yard. They've got a huge bar and grill. We've got these really cool like open areas over the side. Lots of more deserty type landscaping, plus some lounge chairs. I like the idea of using the umbrella table next to the chairs because we don't have an umbrella in the base game, but that totally works. And of course they've got a huge pool. And then when you come inside, ooh, they've used so many more platforms. Look at that living room. That's cool with it being sunken. They've got a lot of funky colors. They always had weird colors in their old house, but I don't hate it. These tall windows are kind of interesting leading into the courtyard, but we've got this kitchen over here. Funnily enough, they don't have a dining table inside anymore, but I guess that makes sense for Sims like this. Like, it kind of makes sense that they would have just bar seating or something. In the courtyard, we've got an easel and just some cute chairs and stuff. And then around here, we've got all of the bedrooms. I believe this one belongs to Jay Huntington III. He's got a really fancy computer. He's got a closet, which is cool. He always had a treadmill, so they've given that back to him. And then there's a bathroom that he shares over here. Very interesting platforming, really cool stuff there. This room I assume belongs to Zoe, and she's also got a walk-in closet. This is very similar furnishings to their old house. In my mind, this one always belonged to Gavin. So he's got like his little writing desk because he's a muser and creative and he wants to be a writer. Another bathroom, kind of similar to the other one, but just over here instead. And then this last room I think belongs to Mitchell because he's a joke star. So he's got a microphone. Wow, that is so interesting. I like this one. This one feels like a very slight change to me. It doesn't feel like a complete massive rebuild. It feels very similar to the old house, just like slightly new and improved. And that I think is what I like best. It feels very true to the old place, but just with a bunch of better, nicer stuff. The Caliente family had an entire refresh for The Sims, and now they also have a refresh for their house. So I'm gonna do that one next. Oh my God, it's so much prettier. Their house used to be so bad. Oh, I love that. The roof detail is so cool. In the back, we've got like a custom pergola and a pool. Look at how it's raised. Oh my goodness. I love this so much more than before. Okay, so when you come inside, we walk into this really nice living room area. There's some cool columns and decor. We've got a piano and a dining room. In the back, we've got a slightly more updated kitchen with like marble everywhere. And they also have some very expensive appliances. There's also a bathroom downstairs. And then we have like this little staircase area to get up to the top. There's two ways to get outside, from the kitchen or from right here. here. When you go upstairs, oh, look at this being open. This feels so Florida. I feel like this is a house that I have seen in Florida with this opening. They love to do this above front doors. It's so common. Okay, well, we have a little bathroom right here that we can all share. Over here in the back, we have the primary bedroom, which I assume belongs to Katrina. And it looks like Katrina has to share with Don. He doesn't have his own room anymore. He used to have that weird random single bed. He doesn't have that anymore. So we've got a shared primary bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet, which I'm obsessed with. And then we have Nina and Dina's rooms. I don't know whose is whose. I guess Nina kind of wears more pink, but this one's kind of pink too. So I don't know. They both have computers, and I think this one is Nina's. My assumption is Nina here, Dina here, but let me know what you think. Honestly, I just hated their old house, so anything's an improvement. I wish that they had a basement. Is that bad of me to say? I want Don Lothario to have a basement too. I feel like he needs a basement man cave. He's getting a man cave kit. Like, that's coming out tomorrow, so he needs a place for it. I would have given them a basement, but it's really nice. It's really pretty how it is. And we have one more left. Perhaps the most scary is the Landgraab house, because their house was so scary before. Oh, it has the private dwelling lot trait. Oh my God, that's so fun. A home lot with this trait deters all but the most determined visitors. That makes sense. It makes sense. This is what their house looks like. Whoa. Okay, ultra modern. Still very, I'm in the trees. It's still very wide. It's got a lot of stone. It has kind of the same color scheme. It's just better. This is perfect for them. I like how they've got all the grass and how it looks like it's been freshly mowed. Like, it's such a waste of water, which is exactly what they would do. They're so rich. Of course, they'd have a grass lawn in the desert. I love this like walled entryway they have and the fountains. I am like in awe of this house. This one and the Spencer Kim Lewis one are like awards for most improved. I'm amazed. So when you first walk in, there's a huge piano. We've got the staircase to go upstairs. We also have a little bathroom down here. Straight ahead, we have the living room with a TV. They've done that thing again with the archways instead of doors, which is kind of interesting. Off to the left, we've got a very formal dining room, and they've got a bar in there. I like the TV and fireplace in here, and there's also an office. Why am I kind of scared of this? The single chair, it's like you're gonna get a talking to by a Landgraab. They're gonna sit you down there and yell at you for something. I like that they have a coffee maker and a sink in the office too. It almost feels like this could be used as a conference room. It's like multi-purpose, you know? And then off to the right, through this kind of cool small hallway, we have the kitchen. It's enormous. And they've got a little outdoor dining table outside of it. Look at this really interesting use of platforms to make a fancy planter area. And then they have a huge pool, like enormous pool, lounge chairs. Their house had the perfect location for a pool. This now, the pool and the view, amazing. Okay, let's go upstairs. So up this staircase, we've got a big opening around here. They don't have a third floor anymore. They used to have kind of like a weird office media room on the third floor, which made no sense. I think this is better. Off to the right, this will be Malcolm's room. He's got a fridge and a microwave. That's so funny. Of course, he's got a $14,000 fridge in his room. He's got a computer. He has his own balcony. Personally, I would have hung this a little bit lower, but you know, that's okay. And he has an ensuite bathroom. I like that little hallway he's got sort of custom to himself. There's another balcony back here. And then around this way, we've got the primary bedroom. They've got another balcony private for themselves. Huge bedroom, platform, bed, TV, fireplace, and then we have this enormous walk-in closet, and through that is the bathroom. That is so realistic. This feels so much like Nancy and Jeffrey. Like, I am thrilled by this redo in particular. And it looks kind of similar to the Spencer Kim Lewis house. It's like the same architect did both of them. Wow. Okay, so that's all of the new houses. Oh, jump scare. I wanted to go back to the main menu. It's not that bad. You know what? It's kind of, I shouldn't say this. It's kind of growing on me. It does look a lot more modern. This is an improvement, isn't it? It's just gonna take some getting used to adjust to things being on opposite sides, but it does look a lot better. I'm sorry for being so grouchy. I accept it. I'm just gonna go stare at one of the ugly prior houses while we yap, because I just want to remind you, did they change them? How is that possible? I thought that in my existing saves, they wouldn't be different. So, how is it different? They're even different in this one. I built this before the update. Does it have to be ones that you've played in that house before, or did they actually change them all? Let's look at our Legacy Challenge save, because that's old. And we'll see if this one is different. Oh my god, they changed them all everywhere? Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Wow. Okay. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel right now. I feel really weird. This is a great deal of change. In this save, the Sims are dead. Like, the Spencer Kim Lewis family is gone, and they've even changed the house back. Let me look in my Not So Berry save, because I have replaced that lot in my Not So Berry save with a different house. I cannot imagine that they would have overrode me placing a custom lot down, but I don't know. No, okay, they didn't. Okay, so in pre-existing saves where you've replaced it yourself, something different is there. That is really interesting. I wasn't expecting them to just update it even in saves that you're currently playing in. I wonder if it has to do with like played households and stuff. Overall, I like most of the new houses. I'm really excited about new lore and like new improvements. I think they've been needing this for a long time. I think that some of the changes are a little bit drastic, particularly the Goth house. I think maybe didn't hit the mark for me, but it's so hard to redo a house for Bella Goth. Like, she is the Sims Townie. Like, she's the best one. So when you're trying to make her house, the bar is so high. I think I might renovate that one first, just purely out of curiosity and excitement for it. But I'm really curious to see what your thoughts are on this. Like, what are you thinking about the new houses? Do you like them? Are you relieved? Have your thoughts on the main menu changed at all? Like, what are we feeling about this? I don't know. There's a lot going on this week. They've made some major changes that are gonna take some getting used to. If you want to watch my video yesterday where I talked about the huge live stream, well, small live stream, the 7-minute long live stream, I'll link that down below. And tomorrow, my kit that I made with The Sims comes out. So we've got a lot going on this week. Stay tuned for that. And on that note, I'm gonna end this video right here. It is long enough, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. I just wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting them to go back and change everything. Like, all of the townies is a huge change. I don't know, it feels weird still. Even though I like most of it, it feels weird.